What does alcohol truly mean? Beyond a simple drink, its origin comes from the Arabic al-Kul, meaning spirit. This name carries an ancient and mystical weight. But why would something so common hold such depth? The answer may change your view forever. You are about to see alcohol in a way no one has ever told you before. In ancient times, alcohol was tied to alchemy, the art of turning metals into gold and men into spirit. Distillation was a metaphor, refining the crude until it became pure. Just as liquid transformed, the soul was meant to rise. But today, alcohol is no longer a path to light. It has become an empty shortcut that numbs instead of awakening. Interestingly, the word alcohol was not always linked to drinking. It once meant a fine powder used to highlight the eyes and sharpen vision. Later it came to represent essence extracted, the pure core. Yet here lies the irony. What was meant to expand vision now often clouds it. Physical alcohol promises clarity, but usually delivers darkness. Alcohol is sold as the key to freedom. One glass and you feel lighter, freer, alive. But is this true freedom, or just a passing illusion? Meditation expands, prayer connects, silence strengthens. Alcohol, on the other hand, lowers vibration, dulls senses, and robs clarity. What looks like pleasure is often just a curtain hiding the spirit's light. Spiritual traditions describe the soul as a flame, yearning to return to its divine source. Alcohol, however, acts as a wind against it, dimming the flame and raising a veil. It creates the sensation of expansion, but traps us in density. The false euphoria is a trick, not elevation, but a short circuit keeping the soul tied to illusions. Some masters say alcohol affects the pineal gland, the third eye linked to intuition. When intoxicated, this inner compass clouds, cutting off spiritual guidance. What should be a lighthouse becomes fog. That's why alcohol feels like release, but is really a cage, trading clarity for confusion, awakening for numbness, connection for separation. In the East, they speak of samsara, the endless cycle of birth, pain, and rebirth. Alcohol mimics this pattern. We seek relief from pain, get a moment of pleasure, then return to emptiness. Thus begins the vicious loop. Euphoria and crash, laughter and hangover, escape and prison. It is not freedom but repetition, and every sip strengthens the cycle. Perhaps the thirst for alcohol reflects a deeper thirst, that of the soul. It is not only the desire for parties, but the longing for peace, unity, belonging. Yet we search for it in fragile shortcuts. The result? We remain thirsty. The body drinks, but the soul stays empty. No bottle can quench what only awakened consciousness can fulfill. Alcohol promises comfort, but delivers exile. It creates the illusion of control, but breeds dependence. In each sip, we seek wholeness, but find emptiness. The more we try to fill ourselves, the further we drift from our essence. That's the paradox. By searching outside, we disconnect from the power already within us, the true source of healing. If the thirst is spiritual, the cure must be too. Meditation, chanting, prayer, these don't numb, they transform. Where there is pain, wisdom emerges. Where there was emptiness, fullness appears. Alcohol offers to erase problems, but only lulls them. Consciousness doesn't promise ease, but it promises freedom. The question is, do we want to sleep or awaken? Osho described alcohol as anesthesia against pain. Yogananda said it breaks the mind's harmony. Others saw it as illusion, a cheap copy of divine ecstasy. For them, the glass does not heal, it deceives. Only spiritual experience is true. The difference is clear. Alcohol intoxicates, while awareness enlightens. One traps, the other sets free. When we trade the search for instant pleasure for the search for meaning, true alchemy begins. We discover that life's wine is not in bottles, but in the soul. This wine does not numb, it awakens. It does not separate, it unites. By drinking it, we become alchemists of ourselves, turning pain into wisdom, emptiness into fullness, illusion into truth. In Buddhism, avoiding intoxicants is a core rule. In Hinduism, drinking was tied to loss of discipline. In Sufism, physical wine was discouraged in favor of divine wine, spiritual love. In Christianity, wine can symbolize both communion and danger. Across traditions, one message repeats, don't lose yourself in fleeting pleasures that lead nowhere. The Book of Proverbs warns, wine is a mocker, strong drink a brawler. The contradiction is clear. The same cup that unites can also destroy. The issue isn't only the drink, but how we use it. We turn symbol into escape, remedy into poison. The choice is ours. Pursue the shadow of the cup or the light of awareness that frees the soul. Deep down, our thirst is not for intoxication but for communion. We long for peace, clarity, belonging. But we search in the wrong place. Alcohol gives a spark, then emptiness. The soul, however, craves lasting fullness. When we stop running in circles, we realize what we sought in bottles has always been inside, waiting to be discovered. Society trains us to see alcohol as celebration, victory, friendship, even love. But is it truly celebration or conditioning? Ads sell us freedom but hide the hangover. The real toast is not in glasses, but in awareness, to celebrate yourself, whole and present without needing shortcuts. That is the most revolutionary act in a world of illusions. True courage is not emptying glasses, but facing yourself. It is confronting pain without anesthesia. It is refusing the easy road and choosing the deep one. Hard, yes. But only this road leads to lasting joy. A joy that cannot be bought, drunk, or erased. It rises from the soul, not the bottle. This courage separates the awakened from the asleep. Mystics speak of spiritual intoxication as limitless ecstasy. There is no hangover, no chains. The more you taste, the freer you become. It doesn't need bars, it needs silence. Not cups, but presence. It is invisible wine that expands the being. And once you taste it, you never confuse the illusion of bottles with the fullness of the spirit. Spiritual wine is not liquid, but energy. It strengthens, awakens, expands. While alcohol erases memories, this wine engraves wisdom. While it weakens the body, it fortifies the soul. It is the opposite of escape. It is immersion. The proposal is simple. Trade the fragile pleasure of illusion for the solid experience of truth. This is the eternal drink. Life is a series of choices. Each glass can symbolize escape. Each silence can symbolize awakening. We can remain trapped in the loop of euphoria and crash, or walk toward fullness. The difference lies in one act: deciding. Every decision is a step toward prison or freedom. What do you drink? The passing illusion or the eternal light? Modern life offers endless escapes. Alcohol, drugs, consumerism, social media, all distractions that promise comfort but deliver emptiness. It's like trying to quench thirst with salt water. The more we seek outside, the drier we feel inside. True relief comes not from dependency, but from awakening. That is the line between real freedom and silent slavery. Meditation, prayer, contemplation, these don't numb, they transform. They don't hide pain, they turn it into wisdom. Where alcohol builds chains, practice builds autonomy. Where the glass hides, awareness reveals. This is the secret of those who are free, not running from pain, but walking through it until it becomes growth. Pain is the raw material of evolution. When we stop fleeing, we realize discomfort is a teacher. Muscles grow by facing resistance, and so does the soul. Alcohol freezes that process, halting evolution. But facing it dissolves the chains. What was shadow becomes light. Escape sedates. Confrontation awakens. Only awake can we truly choose with clarity. Only awake can we live with purpose. Spiritual awakening does not come in cups, but in silence. It is not instant, but patient. It requires discipline, surrender, and constancy. Yet those who walk this road find unshakable peace, joy without price, strength without end. True freedom is not the absence of problems, but the clarity to face them. This is the eternal wine, the drink of awareness. Alcohol is the symbol of shortcuts. It promises everything, delivers nothing. It reflects our rush to enjoy without effort, to harvest without planting. But every shortcut charges a heavy price. The true path demands courage, surrender, patience. The difference is clear. It doesn't steal, it multiplies. It doesn't dim, it shines. That is the gold of spirit. Each sip can symbolize a choice. Do we give in to impulse or choose awareness? Do we run toward illusions or walk toward clarity? Destiny is not built by big acts, but by small daily choices. Each yes or no builds chains or wings. The cup is only a symbol. The real decision is who rules your life, the ego or the spirit. Culture normalizes alcohol. Weddings, victories, defeats all end in a glass. But is this freedom or collective conditioning? Perhaps the greatest rebellion is to toast with your own awareness. Not because you need to, but because you are already whole. That celebration creates no hangover, only peace. And only peace can make every day a true celebration. There have always been those who chose another way. Men and women who looked within and found the true intoxication of the soul. They became light for others, living proof that intensity doesn't require bottles. True intensity is born of spirit. These examples remind us it is possible to live fully without losing yourself, and that truth inspires us all. In the end, the question isn't drink or not drink, but what are you really searching for? If it's instant pleasure, the glass works, but at a cost. If it's fullness, no sip will ever be enough. The soul doesn't want crumbs, it wants wholeness. The decision is simple: feed the emptiness or nourish the essence, illusion or awakening. Here is the final revelation. The most powerful wine is not found in bars, but within you. It is spiritual intoxication, the flame that connects your soul to the divine. It does not enslave, it frees. It does not erase, it enlightens. It does not divide, it unites. This is the invitation. Trade passing pleasure for eternal fullness. The choice is yours. Now I ask you, which wine will you choose? The one that dims your light, or the one that awakens your soul? If this message touched you, leave your comment. Share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to the channel. Your journey of transformation begins here, and the next step is in your hands.